In this video I want to show you how to crochet this pretty hat for babies with a head circumference of approximately 38 to 42 centimeters. For this project I use yarn from Drops. This yarn model is called Charisma and the colors are powder pink and nature. Also a 4.5mm crochet hook, measuring tape, a sewing needle and scissors. As usual, you can find links to these components in the video description and on my website. We begin our hat with the ear flaps, so this area here, which we will have to crochet twice. I'm starting with the pink yarn and begin with the first loop. You can find instructions on the basis of crocheting on my channel as well as on my website. Now we chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then we stitch a half double crochet into the third chain as seen from the hook. Now we stitch another half double crochet into both of the remaining chains. We turn everything around and begin the new round with 2 chains as a replacement for the first half double crochet. Then we stitch a total of 2 half double crochet into the first stitch over here. One and the second one into the same stitch. We work 1 half double crochet into the next stitch. And we stitch another 2 half double crochet into the last stitch. Turn everything around again and take the second color. We insert the thread right here again. We begin by chaining 2 and here we also stitch 2 half double crochet into the first stitch. While crocheting, I always try to hide both of the threads back here. One and the second half double crochet into the same stitch. We stitch 1 half double crochet into each of the following 2 stitches. And we stitch a total of 2 half double crochet into the second last stitch of this round. We work another half double crochet into the last stitch. Now we can cut off the pink thread here. Turn everything over to the other side and start the next round by chaining 2. We stitch a total of 2 half double crochet into the first stitch. One half double crochet into each of the next 4 stitches follow. We work a total of 2 half double crochet into the second last stitch. And another last half double crochet for this round into the last stitch. We switch to pink and insert the thread again. In theory, we could have left the thread hanging before, but I have yet never managed to hide it completely at the very end, and that's why I prefer to cut it off every row and insert it again. We begin by chaining 2 and stitch another 2 half double crochet into the first stitch. In the background I try to hide both threads again. Of course you could also do this at the end. Another 6 half double crochet follow. Now we stitch 2 half double crochet into the second last stitch again. And another half double crochet into the final stitch. We have now reached 11 half double crochet. We begin the next round by chaining 2 again. From now on we only stitch 1 half double crochet into each stitch. That means 11 half double crochet until the end of the row. Turn everything over and insert the bright thread again. As always we begin by chaining 2 and stitch another 11 half double crochet for this row. At the end we chain 1 and pull the thread through here. Now I take my sewing needle and tie the protruding end under the other stitches. The first ear flap is ready. Please forgive me if I don't show you a second time in this video how to crochet the ear flap, and that's why I would ask you to please rewind back to the beginning for that. Both our ear flaps are finished and we can now begin with the head. First, it's very important that you place both ear flaps identically next to each other. That means the stitches should always be on the same height for both of them. We take a new thread and begin with the first loop again. Now we chain 7. We take the first ear flap. We will now continue crocheting half double crochet along this side here. We place the thread on our hook and begin with the first half double crochet right over here. One, and we can continue until the end of the ear flap. Ten. And 11. This is what everything looks like right now. We carry on by chaining 16. Next, we take the second ear flap and place it identically next to the row of the first one and keep stitching half double crochet up here. Ten and 11. At the end, we chain another 7. Now we take the first chain we stitched at the beginning and close it with the help of a slip stitch. This is the base structure of our head. We begin the next round by chaining 2 and stitch half double crochet once all around afterwards. With this ear flap, we also simply stitch 1 half double crochet into every stitch. We do this once all around the entire head until we are back to the beginning again. Back at the start, we close this round with a slip stitch into the first stitch. I have a total of 52 stitches. As you certainly already realized, we always crochet 2 rows of every color. That means we switch back to the bright color now and insert the thread again. We start the new round with another 2 chains. 52 half double crochet follow. That's 1 half double crochet for every stitch. I always begin with this stitch right here instead of the one of the chain. However, I always finish at this stitch of the chain. By doing this, we create a seam that goes straight up. We start off by going once all around the round and half double crochet. "51" and the final half double crochet goes into the stitch of the chain. 52. We finish the round with a slip stitch into the first half double crochet. We will now crochet another one of these rounds before we switch back to the pink color. This is really simple by pulling the thread back here upwards. We keep crocheting in the same principle, always working 2 rounds of every color, and repeat this until we have stitched 18 cm in total, measured from down here. Now I have crocheted 2 white, 2 pink, 2 white and another 2 pink rows. For me that is enough for 8 cm. During the next round we will begin to make the head narrower at the top to create the tip. First we switch back to the white yarn. We begin by chaining 2 and crochet 4 half double crochet afterwards. We crochet the next 2 stitches together into 1 half double crochet. That means we begin with a normal half double crochet but don't pull the thread all the way through the end. Instead we begin another half double crochet. At the end we pull the thread through all of the 5 loops on our hook. We continue with 4 half double crochet. And we crochet the next 2 stitches together into a half double crochet again. Another 4 half double crochet. We keep alternating like this until the end of the round. Now we stitch the final 4 half double crochet for this round. 43 and 44. We close this round with a slip stitch. During the next round, we stitch 1 half double crochet into every stitch. We begin the round by chaining 2 again. Now we stitch 44 half double crochet. "43 and 44. We close the round with another slip stitch into the first half double crochet. We switch back to the second color. Here we also start with 2 chains and stitch 3 half double crochet afterwards. We crochet the next 2 stitches together into a half double crochet. We continue alternating like this until the end of the round. 3 half double crochet and then we switch 2 together. Actually, we would have to crochet both stitches together into a half double crochet now, but since we only have one left, we only do a single half double crochet, which makes for 36 stitches in total. We close this round with a slip stitch. A normal round follows, in which we work a half double crochet into every stitch and start by chaining 2. "35, 36. We close the round with a slip stitch into the first half double crochet. We switch to the white color. Two chains and afterwards we only stitch 2 more half double crochet. Now we stitch 2 half double crochet together once again. Two half double crochet and another 2 together follow. We keep working like this until the end of the round. 26 and the final 2 together into 1 again. 27. We close with another slip stitch. Next we repeat another half double crochet round beginning with 2 chains. "27. We close with another slip stitch. And we switch back to pink. We start off by chaining 2 and during this round we alternate between working 1 half double crochet and stitching 2 together. 1 half double crochet, and 2 together. Another half double crochet, 2 together. We continue until the end of the round. "17 and we work the final 2 stitches together into a half double crochet again. 18. We finish with a slip stitch into the first half double crochet. Another half double crochet round follows. "17 and 18. We finish with a slip stitch. One last time we switch back to the white color and start by chaining 2. Now we can take our scissors and cut off the pink yarn right here, since we don't need it anymore. We stitch another half double crochet row and try to hide the pink thread under the first stitches. Another slip stitch at the end. We start the final round by chaining 2 again and work 2 half double crochet once all around afterwards. The last 2 together. We finish with another slip stitch. We work our last chain and cut off the thread by trying to leave something spare. We pull the thread through the loop and already made a knot through the chain. Now we take our sewing needle and try to sew shut the upper hole of our hat as good as possible. Once you're ready, use the needle to pierce into the inner side of the hat and then flip it to the other side. By the way, here you can see the thread that I always switched. We make a knot up here and hide the remaining yarn under the other stitches again. Now we are only missing the borders going all around our hat. For that, we look for the rear center and take some yarn of our choice. I'm using white. We insert the thread here again. We start with a chain. We skip the first stitch and work the first single crochet into the next one. One chain follows. We continue alternating between skipping one stitch and working a single crochet into the next one, followed by a chain. Skip one stitch and work a single crochet into the following one. We keep following this principle for one round. Skip one stitch or a row later one and work a single crochet into the next stitch. I'm almost at the end. At the end, another slip stitch. We do the final chain and cut off the thread. Pull the thread through the chain and hide it under the other stitches with the help of the sewing needle. Cut off the rest. Our hat is almost finished. Only the cords are missing now. For that we take some yarn of our choice as well as some measuring tape. We measure approximately 1 meter. Here is where we cut off the thread. Now we take a second thread of the same color, measure it with the help of the first one and cut it off as well at the 1 meter mark. We repeat the same thing for a third thread. And for a fourth one. We take 2 out of the 4 threads and put the other 2 aside for now. First we make a knot here at the end. Next we hold on to the thread here and rotate both threads around each other until we create a firm bond. I suggest you use a doorknob for that or anything that lets you attach the threads to. That way they are easier to twist. This is what the cord looks like once you are done. Now we take the open end without the knot and thread both threads into the needle. We search for the center of the first ear flap and pull the thread up until the middle. We rotate both threads in the same way around each other again. Try to turn the threads tightly so that they contract slightly. At the end we make a knot down here into the threads. Pull all 4 threads through the knot and tighten everything. Now everything opens up and we are left with a nice pattern for our cord. Then we cut off the protruding ends here. We repeat everything again with both of the threads that we put aside earlier for the second ear flap. And finished is our head.